Hello, my lovely crafters. How are you today? Thank you so much for stopping in. Today, I'm going to be doing a pretty quick and easy little project, but I'm kind of in love with it. And I'm going to be using the kit called Vineyard Picnic. And this is our design team project kit. And I won't leaf through the whole thing. I've got a flip through video you can take a look at, but I'll just kind of show you a little bit about, kind of the gist of the kit. It's a really fun, picnicky, kind of maybe end of summer kind of feel. Lots of fun papers, and it's a traveler's notebook size, so it's the taller, skinnier. So I really love the colors of this kit. And I just love the feel of it. But for this project, I won't be using that many pages from it, to be honest. Because like I said, this is a little bit of a smaller project, but it's going to be super duper fun. So it's called a zine, Zine. And I honestly did not know what that was for the longest time. And I finally had to look it up and figure out what is this. So if you don't know what it is, it's basically a little journal that you make out of one sheet of paper. It's pretty amazing. So let me just jump right into it. Two things to keep in mind. It's best if you use a paper that is like non-directional, like this is the collage paper from that kit. And there's things going in all different directions, and it doesn't necessarily matter, it's not like things are going to be upside down because they're intentionally kind of sideways and upside down. So I hope you're picking up what I'm laying down. And I'm also going to do another way, and I haven't done it yet, honestly, because you know how I love to experiment with you. But we're going to do this one first, okay? So the one thing you need to keep in mind, the top left corner is going to end up being your cover. So if you do have a preference, I think I do have a preference. Okay, I kind of want this to be the cover sheet. And what is on top is upside down right now. When it's all said and done, this will be right side up. And you'll see what I mean more when we do the other version. At this point, it doesn't really matter, but the top left will always end up being your cover. So if you have any preferences, that's the time to choose. Okay. Whoops. Goodness gracious. I'm banging my elbows all over the place. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're going to take it and fold it tall and skinny like so. Just kind of take your time and get things lined up nicely. Things will shift a little bit anyway, but might as well get it as nice and straight as possible. I'm going to go ahead and get the crease down like so. Okay. And then we're going to fold it this way, short and squatty. Short and squatty. Tall and skinny first, and then short and squatty. All right. Okay, and then we're going to make it tall and skinny again and fold it up again like this. Okie dokie. If you haven't seen this done before, you're going to be amazed. It's so simple, but whoever came up with this is pretty brilliant. All right, so now I'm going to fold it back like this. Take this this little crease, which you can't see, but I can. And that's really kind of what matters right now, as long as I can see it. But you see where we had folded it in half the other way. So I'm going to cut just this half, not this half. I'm going to cut along that crease on this half. All right. Try to do that as straight as possible. Okay. All right. So now you will see it's kind of, has like a little slit in the middle, a longer slit like that. Okay. So then we're going to fold it back down tall and skinny, or skinny and wide, and kind of push it together. And what we're going for is this, exactly this. You want it to kind of fold in on itself like this. Okay, so that's good. That's good. And then this, as you can see, the paper shifts, which, that's what paper does. The more folds you have. So let's just try to, maneuver that a little bit. Just a little bit. See if we can get it. We can always trim a little bit as well. But kind of ease it back into where it needs to be. Kind of give it a little bit of an encouraging nudge. Squeeze. Okay. You see what I mean about that being the cover? When we had it laying out like this was upside down on the top left. So that's just kind of something to keep in mind. Okay. Let me see. I've got just a little bit of white showing. I'm going to go ahead and just trim that off now. Just because I can. Okay. All right. And look, voila. We have this cute little booklet. Now, here's the fun part. We get to decorate it. Look, this shifted too a little bit. That shifted a little bit. Like we can maybe cover that up with lace or something. Okay, so now the decision that you must make, and you don't have to make it right away. Some people will just glue all of these pages, just glue it all together. So it's just, a good solid page, which you can certainly do. I am going to wait just a minute on it. And I want to leave one for sure, probably this middle one. I want to leave it as a pocket. So I want to leave that open. I may leave a top one open to make that a pocket. I just don't know quite what yet. So I'm just going to leave it at that. So we're going to leave the decorating for a little bit later. Let me go ahead and move on to the other option that you can do. If you want to have different pages or, different papers on one sheet, you can certainly do that. If you are proficient in Photoshop, then you probably already know how to do that digitally. So I'm not going to go into that because I'm assuming most of you don't do that and don't have that software or that knowledge on how to do that. So we're gonna do this manually. Okay. So what I did, these are the more papers from the kit, and I shrank them down. And this, even if you're not tech savvy, this you can do by yourself. And I'm going to show you how to do this. So when you're at your computer, just grab whatever paper you want, open that up, and get your print option opened up. Now everyone's printers are set up a little bit differently, but there should be pretty much a general option here, copies per page. And I'm going to select 4. And you can see that it gave me 4 tiny little pages like that, but they're all the same size. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to print that and move on to the other page that I want. So I'm going to select another one. Let's see, we'll do that one. And then the same thing. Get that print dialog opened up. And then come down and go to copies per page, select 4. And there again, you can see it shrank it down 4 times on one sheet and print. And then I will select my 2 other papers and then cut them down to the little quarter size, and I'll be ready to go. Okay, so once you have all those printed out and you cut out the 4 that you want, then you just lay them out how you want. Now keep in mind, with my printer, I can't print all the way to the edge. So I have to, there's always a white border. And because of these, all, these 4 together are going to be slightly smaller than a regular size paper, but that's fine. It's still, as long as it's rectangular, it'll still be fine. So just to let you know, at some point we'll be trimming that off. But here we go. So here's the thing to remember, and this may make more sense now. The whatever's on top, especially if you're doing this, if you're doing a directional paper, whatever's on top needs to be upside down to you when you have it in front of you like this, okay? So I haven't played with the layout of this. I'm assuming this kind of a, contraption with the colors like this, I think that'll look pretty. I honestly don't know yet. It may not matter. Who knows? But the one thing that does matter is whatever's on top, if you have directional paper, whatever's on top has to be upside down. Okay. So now here's the part I haven't played with yet, and I'm not sure how it's going to work. Gluing these down may be a little bit of a challenge. I thought about doing Mod Podge, but then I thought that's going to be too wet, I think. I was afraid that maybe just a glue stick wouldn't hold it enough, but I'm going to go for it. And if the edges come up a little bit, then we can just glue the edges down with something a little bit stronger. But I don't want to put a lot of like wetness on here because I don't want it to get, wrinkly and warped. So I'm going to go ahead and use the glue stick and glue these down just like this. And then I will trim off the white edge, okay? Okay, everything glued down and trimmed off. But you can see, even with just the glue stick, the paper's still warping a bit. It's still kind of wet-ish. So I'm thinking that'll be okay. Actually, it might help as we fold. Before it gets too dry and stiff, maybe now's the time, which, now's the time anyway. So let's do this again. This will be easier folds because the paper is basically cut on the fold. And this is where the edges might come up and we might need to, re-glue some things down. But that's okay, I think. Like I said, I hadn't done it yet. Just an idea I had. You know how I am. Okay, so we got tall and skinny, and then we'll fold it short and squatty, like me. Okay. This one may be a little bit tricky because I had to have it overhang just a little bit on the other design because it wasn't quite matching up. You know how things go like that. So let's see. This may or may not work as well as I'd hoped. I think if I just re-glue some edges down, it'll be okay. I think that's what I'm going to go with right now. Okay, so now this is a little bit thicker because we're dealing with double the sheets and the glue. So, but I'm going to gently guide it. Let me bring it where I can see it better without getting my head in your way. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, dokie. And then we'll unfold it, and then we'll just cut just that one slit. All right, and this one's easier to see. Okay. And then you can see here a little mouth. Right. Okay. And then we fold it down, bring it like so. I love it. It just automatically goes that way. All right. And then this one, I know we will have to finagle a bit. And it's gonna I'm going to do it like this, bit by bit. And this one, like I said, it's a little bit thicker because we're dealing with 2 sheets and glue, and things don't want to line up because paper shifts. But let's try it like this, like so. Actually, maybe a little bit short, but you know what? That's okay. I'm going to add lace to that edge, because I think if I force it to go all the way to the edge, it's going to throw off everything else. So that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes the best designs come with modifications that you had to make, and all of a sudden it ends up being better, right? That happens to me a lot. So, okay. All right. So yeah, that works out nicely. Oops, see, this one wanted to shift again too. Hang on. Let me see if I can get this guy back in his assigned seat. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. So now we have another cute little booklet that we can decorate. So let's go back to this one. Okay. And I'm going to grab some of the fussy cuts that were in this kit, and then I'm going to start playing with decorating it. All right, I am back. I went ahead and cut out and inked some of the pieces from the kit that I thought might work nicely. We'll see if inspiration hits and if I need to cut out some other pieces, but I have a kind of a loose idea of what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to go ahead and start playing and assembling and see what you think. right, my peeps, I've got her done. I think I'm going to call her done. I went ahead and kind of deconstructed a cluster that I made. I never really was really happy with it. So I cut off the parts that I didn't like and just kind of made a new cluster. As you can see here, I think that makes a lovely little cover. I like it. So let's flip through real quick. Review what I did here. Little tuck spot, little pocket with tags. This whole page the whole thing was upside down. So I love this image of her. So I just made her the focal point, add a little bit of lace. Did my tiny little envelope that's in the kit with the little pieces of ephemera that go in. Made a pocket out of that as well. And then made this a side pocket. These tags were the perfect size for this. Perfect. Made another little tuck spot with the barrel. And then just a last minute cute little notebook. I just love tiny things like this. And I decided to keep it in place with the hidden paper clip, which this is the jumbo size hidden paper clip, but I felt like it needed to be a tiny notebook. So that's what I did. And just keep it in place with this little guy. Oh, wait. Then I have a pocket here. If I put him in, I can't pull this out. So made that a top pocket there. And then put this little guy back here. And we'll call it good. And then the back I'm just going to leave like that. So there you go. This is a zine, or I always thought it was called a Zine until I heard a couple people say zine. I'm like, oh, okay. I guess like magazine. I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still learning myself here. So learn with me. And I think you got the gist. I'm not going to decorate this one on camera. I'll probably just do that later, but you get the gist. You just kind of, make it up as you go. Put little pockets and fun little things in here, and Bob's your uncle, right? So I'm again thinking this is a good little, like a gift, not like a Christmas or birthday gift, but maybe like a little party favor or something. If you're having some dinner guests over, I don't know. I'm thinking of hosting party kind of a thing. Everyone would get a little zine. That would be so much fun. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you did, even though I can't say the word. Subscribe to my channel. I would love that. Hit that notification bell so that you see my other little adventures that I go on, and keep in touch and comment and like. I love talking with you guys. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.